Hello students. Two equations are written on the board. 2 upon x minus 3 upon y is equal to 15, and the second equation is 8 upon x plus 5 upon y is equal to 77. These are two equations involving two variables, but these both equations are not linear. Remember, we have four methods to solve linear equations involving two variables. These two equations are not linear, and still we are asked to solve in the practice set 1.4. To solve these two equations, we will bring them in the form of linear equations. This practice set 1.4 on textbook page number 19 belongs to a category what we have named as substitute, resubstitute. This bracket you may also write down when you have a textbook in front of you. Remember, on page number 19 you have to write this bracket: substitute, resubstitute. These are the two equations. We have to understand them as this way: 2 into 1 upon x, 3 1 upon y is equals to 15. Second equation: 8 into 1 upon x plus 5 into 1 upon y is equal to 77. 1 upon x has come 2 times, 1 upon y has also come 2 times. In any equation, when you find things coming more than one time, you have to always use the word substitute. I am using the same substitute. 1 upon x is equals to m and 1 upon y is equals to n. So I get 2m minus 3n is equals to 15, yes, which is in the form of ax plus by is equals to c. What I always want. So I will number it now 1. There was no need to number them, forget it. The second equation is 8m plus 5n is equals to 77, equation number 2. Remember students, we always write equation number in the form of in circle. ये 2 है, ये 8 है, ये 3 है, ये 5 है. The coefficients are not same. We will bring the coefficients same, so that we can eliminate the same coefficients. Here we have a chance to make m same. So I am going to multiply equation number 1 by 4. I am using the red ink into 4. You can use pencil instead. 4 2s are 8m minus 4 3s are 12n is equals to 60. Equation number 3. Now concentrate on these two equations, 2 and 3. Plus 8m plus 8m. This is what you have to write above the margin here. Remember, when you have same sign, you should always subtract. But if you have opposite signs, you have to always add. Here we have same sign, so I am going to subtract. Subtracting equation number 3 from equation number 2. 8n plus 5n is equals to 77. 8n minus 12n is equals to 60. I am subtracting, so second equation की लाइन में थोड़ा दूर you should put a minus इसकी लाइन. This minus sign will change the sign. Plus के नीचे minus, minus के नीचे plus, plus के नीचे minus, and in that way you will have 3 lines. एक line, 2 line, 3 line. This plus 8n, this minus 8n gets cancelled 0. Remember 5 के आगे sign plus है, 12 के आगे minus था but अभी हो गया plus. Plus 12 plus 5 will give you plus 17, and 77 minus 60 will give you 17. 60 का पुराना sign plus था, but now the new sign is minus. So 77 minus 60 will give you 17. Therefore, n is equals to 17 upon 17. N is equals to 1. Put n is equals to 1 in equation number 1, 2, 3, whichever you like. I am putting in equation number 1. 2m minus 3n is equal to 15. 2m minus 3 is equals to 15. Therefore, 2m is equals to 15 plus 3. Therefore, 2m is equals to 18. M is equals to 18 upon 2. M is equals to 9. 1 and 9, they are not our final answers. Remember, our topic today is called substitute resubstitute. Substitute हो चुका. Now let us resubstitute. Resubstitute उल्टा लिखेगा. M is equals to 1 upon x and n is equals to 1 upon y. M is 9, 9 is equals to 1 upon x and is reduced to n and 1 is equals to 1 upon y. Here what I do, 9x is equals to 1, this goes that side, so x is equals to 1 upon 9, this goes that side and we get y is equals to 1. If you want, you can make a partition like this. Remember, you have to always write answer in statement. X comma y is equals to 1 upon 9 comma 1 is the solution. आगे लिखना है तो आगे लिख भी सकते हो, is the solution of given equations. यहाँ तक लिखोगे तो भी चलेगा. Please check this. Second sum of practice set 1.4. Two equations, 10 upon x plus y plus 2 upon x minus y is equal to 4. 15 upon x plus y minus 5 upon x minus y is equals to minus 2. These are two equations involving two variables. We know very well these are not linear equations. In this practice set, in all the four sums, you will see that the variable is in the denominator. The variable remains always in the denominator. And whenever you see that, you have to think of the category substitute, resubstitute. Substitute, resubstitute. Now, to solve this, the first step what we do is, we write the equation separating the variables from its coefficient. We realize that 1 upon x plus y has come 2 times, 1 upon x minus y has come 2 times. In equation, whenever things come 2 times, you should always remember of the word substitute. So it makes the equation look very simple, very easy. Substitute 1 upon x plus y is equal to m and 1 upon x minus y is equals to n. So we get 10m plus 2n is equals to 4. This is equation number 1 you can write. But very special, very important thing. Before you number it 1, we have a chance of dividing this equation by 2. Whenever you get this chance, never miss it. Here I get a chance of dividing equation dividing, it's not number yet, dividing throughout by 2. We get 5m plus n is equals to 2, equation number 1. Let's work out for second equation, that is 15m minus 5n is equals to minus 2. Here we cannot divide it throughout, so we have no chance of dividing it. I will number it 2. These two equations are as normal what you have come across before also. We can solve them very easily. Yes, the coefficients are not same. I will bring the coefficients same. Here, the first equation can be multiplied by 5, so you have to write multiplying equation number 1 by 5, and you get 5 5s are 25m plus 5n is equals to 10, equation number 3. And now we have to concentrate on these two equal coefficients, minus plus. Remember, right above the margin that if they have opposite signs, then you have to always add. Opposite signs add, and if you have same sign, then remember you have to subtract. Here we have opposite signs. So we are going to adding equations 2 and 3. We get 15m minus 5n is equals to minus 2. 25m plus 5n is equals to 10. We are adding, so we have to put a plus sign in this equation number 2 ka line. एकदम दूर, थोड़ा दूर. Remember, no sign will get changed because it is plus. Minus plus gets cancelled. 15 plus 25 will give you 40m is equals to 10 minus 2 will give you 8. Remember, therefore, m will be equal to 8 upon 40 and m is equals to 1 upon 5. Put m is equals to 1 upon 5 in equation 1, 2, 3, whichever you like. I am putting in equation number 1 and I get 5m plus n is equals to d. 5m plus n is equals to 2. 5 gets cancelled. We are left with only 1. 1 plus n is equals to 2. N is equals to 2 minus 1. N is equals to 1. Remember, the values of m and n are not final. After substitute, we always have to resubstitute. Resubstitute में उल्टा लिखेगा. m is equals to 1 upon x plus 5 and n is equals to 1 upon x minus 5. The value of m is 1 upon 5 is equals to 1 upon x plus 5 and 1 is equals to 1 upon x minus 5. This x plus y will be transferred here, so we get x plus y, and this 5 will be transferred there, 5. X minus y is equals to 1. Oops, we are not able to find the values of x and y yet. They want us to solve the equations more further. No problem. We will number them as 4 and 5. Now we can solve this 4th and 5th equation as normal as we do earlier. Adding equations 4 and 5. X plus y is equals to 5. X minus y is equals to 1. And we get 2x is equals to 6. X is equals to 6 upon 2. X is equals to 3. On putting x is equals to 3 in equation number, not 1 and 2 but not 3 also, 4 or 5, say equation number 4, then we get 3 plus y is equals to 5, y is equals to 5 minus 3, y is equals to 2. Remember to write answer. X comma y is equal to 3 comma 2 is the solution of the given equations. The third sum of practice set 1.4. Remember, all the 4 sums of this practice set 1.4 belong to the category which we have named called substitute resubstitute. How will you identify of this category in the exam? Remember, when variables are in the denominator, variable नीचे रहेगा, then You have to always think of this category. And there is one more hint what I would like to show. 27 into 1 upon x minus 2 plus 31 into 1 upon y plus 3 is equals to 85. We have separated the coefficients from the variables. 31 1 upon x minus 2 plus 27 1 upon y plus 3 is equals to 89. Whenever in equation you see a term, an expression coming 2 times or say more than 1 time, then always you have to think of the word substitute. Here 1 upon x minus 2 has come 2 times. I am substituting and writing it as m. 1 upon y plus 3 will be written as n, and so I get 27m plus 31n is equals to 85. This is my equation number 1, and this is 31m plus 27n is equals to 89. This is my equation number 2. Now we have to solve these 2 equations. Take few seconds and try to observe these 2 equations carefully. You have these 2 same, you have these 2 same. So this belongs to a category called ASA. That is called adding, subtracting, adding. We have seen it earlier also. We are practicing once again. We are going to first perform adding. Adding equations 1 and 2. 27n plus 31n is equals to 85. 31n plus 27n is equals to 89. I am adding them. When I do so, I get 58n plus 58n is equals to 9 plus 5, 14. 1 plus 8, 9 plus 8 is 17. And I have a chance of dividing this expression, in fact equation. Dividing throughout by 58. I get m plus n is equals to 8 ones are 8, 8 2s are 16, 8 3s are 24, 58 3s are will give me 174. Then to also you may check 3 8s are 24, 3 5 are 15, 15 plus 2 17, 174. After performing the first part, let us do subtracting. We do subtracting equation number 2 from equation number 1. From equation number 1 to equation number 1 पहले लिखा जाएगा. 27m plus 31n is equals to 85. 31m plus 27n is equals to 89. This time we are subtracting. तो second equation की line में minus sign रखने का थोड़ा सा दूर. This minus sign should be a little bit dark, like this plus sign. ये minus sign सबकी sign change कर देगा. Plus के नीचे minus, plus के नीचे minus, plus के नीचे minus. In this way you will use 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 8 line, 2 line, 3 line. Now 31 का नया sign हो गया minus. 27 minus 31 is plus minus 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 4m. 31 minus 27 is plus 4n. 85 minus 89 is minus 4. Yes, you have a chance of dividing, but before dividing, always remember in equation सबसे पहली टर्म में सबसे आगे वाली टर्म में माइनस नहीं होना चाहिए. उसको निकाल दो, avoid it. You get 4m minus 4n is equals to 4. Yes, it is not necessary to write the reason here, but if you want to write the reason, you can say multiplying throughout by minus 1. That is what we have done. Yes, now dividing throughout by 4, we get m minus n is equals to 1. This is equation number 4. This was equation number 3. We complete the second part of subtracting. Now the third part. Before that, remember, if one wants to divide throughout by 4 and minus 1 together, that is dividing throughout by minus 4, डायरेक्ट यहाँ से ये स्टेप में भी पहुँच जाओगे, चलेगा. You can do that also. Now let me perform the next part, adding. Adding equations 3 and 4. We get m plus n is equals to 3. M minus n is equals to 1. Adding I get 2m is equals to 4. M is equals to 4 upon 2 is equals to 2. Put m is equals to 2 in equation number 3. 4 whichever you like. I am putting in equation number 3. M 2 plus n is equals to 3. N is equals to 3 minus 2. N is equals to 1. M is 2. N is 1. Remember students, these are not our final answer. After substitute, we have to always also resubstitute. So now the next part will be to resubstitute. Let us now resubstitute. M is equals to 1 upon x minus 2 and n is equals to 1 upon y plus 3. You remember the value of m was 2 and the value of n was 1. Let us take this on the left hand side. It will be multiplied by 2. You get 2x minus 4. You can directly write 2x minus 4. 2x is equals to 1 plus 4, that is 5. X is equals to 5 upon 2. Here y plus 3 will be equal to 1. Y is equals to 1 minus 3. Y is equals to minus 2. And your answer is x comma y is equals to 5 upon 2 comma minus 2, which is the solution. If you want, you can write further of the given equations. The fourth sum of practice set 1.4. Remember once again, if the variables are in the denominator, substitute, resubstitute is the category. Also, when you find one expression, one term more than one time, you have to always think of the word substitute. Here I substitute 1 upon 3x plus y is equals to m and 1 upon 3x minus y is equal to n. So I get here m plus n is equals to 3 upon 4. I will not number it 1. I will first bring 4 on the left hand side, which will be multiplied to n plus n both, and I will get 4m plus 4n is equals to 3, equation number 1. In the same way, I will have a treatment for the second part, the second equation. 1 upon 2. Remember, this 2 is in the denominator and iski jagah pe we are writing m. Remember, m will not be written in the denominator. अरे वेरिएबल्स नीचे है, इसीलिए तो सब्स्टिट्यूट करके हम इसे ऊपर ला रहे हैं. x और y भी नीचे रहेगा, m भी नीचे रहेगा, तो फिर फायदा क्या? रिमेंबर, ये नीचे है इसीलिए हम ऐसा सब्स्टिट्यूट कर रहे हैं ताकि वो ऊपर आ जाए. माइनस 1 अपॉन 2, दिस इज अ नंबर, दिस इज अ कोएफिशिएंट, वो तो अलग ही है, into n is equals to minus 1 upon 8. Here understand denominators are same, no cross multiplication, simple subtraction. M minus n is equals to minus 1 upon 8. Now 2 and 8 can do something. What Bhavik sir has taught you all. If not, learn it today. Rather than transferring, you can cancel them as 2 1s are 2 4s are. Now you can transfer 4. 4 into m minus n is equals to minus 1. You get 4m minus 4n is equals to minus 1, equation number 2. Here 4 and 4n are same. Very simple, we just have to add. Adding equations 1 and 2. So we get 4m plus 4n is equals to 3. 4m minus 4n is equal to minus 1. When I add them, I have to put a plus sign in the line of this equation. कैंसिल हो जाएगा, 4 + 4 8m, 3 - 1 is 2, m is equals to 2/8, m is equals to 1/4. Put m is equals to 1/4 in equation number 1 or 2, whichever you like. Say 1. 4m plus 4n is equals to 3. Here in place of m, I am putting the value 1/4. 4 gets cancelled. You get 1 plus 4n is equals to 3. 4n is equals to 3 minus 1. 4n is equal to, you get 2. n is equals to 2/4. n is equals to 1/2. This is not the final answer. Remember, resubstitute. When you say resubstitute, उल्टा लिख दो. m is equals to 1/3x plus y and n is equals to 1/3x minus y. m 1/4 is equals to 1/3x plus y. n 1/2 is equals to 1/3x minus y. ये यहाँ पे जाएगा, ये वहाँ पे जाएगा. 3x plus y is equals to 4. 3x minus y is equals to 2. We are not getting the values of the two variables x and y. We'll have to solve them further. So let's number it again. Equation number 3 and equation number 4. Remember, equation number 3 is 3x plus y is equal to 4 and equation number 4 is 3x minus y is equals to 2. We will solve them further now. Let us solve this to equations 3 and 4. Adding equations 3 and 4, we get 3x plus y is equals to 4. 3x minus y is equals to 2. On adding, we get 6x is equals to 6 plus 4 plus 2, 6. X is equals to 6/6. X is equals to 1. Put x is equals to 1 in equation number 3. 3x plus y is equals to 4. 3 plus y is equals to 4. Y is equals to 4 minus 3. Y is equals to 1. We complete the sum. The answer, we can write x comma y is equal to 1 comma 1 is the solution.